What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another New Comics This Week previews episode. In today's video, I'm going over all the new releases for June 7th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be going over all the new releases from the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well. Those new releases, variant covers, which books I'm going to be getting. If there's any sort of other important info about those new books, I'm going to be talking about that too. And now, as I begin to talk about these new issues, just be aware that there's still delays and shipment issues happening amongst the different publishers. So once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, just check with your LCS to see which ones are actually going to be getting in. Now, without further ado, everyone, let's talk some comics. And now, super quick, everyone, if you are new to these videos, down below in the description, I got a chapter list of all the different publishers I'm going to be going over today, so feel free to jump around this video. The first comic book publisher I'm going to be talking about today is IDW, and we've got Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 61, and it is the end of the arc. Here's cover A, this is the cover B variant, and now finally we got a 1 in 10 4-drain incentive variant. Moving on to a brand new one, we got TMNT vs. Street Fighter issue number 1. This one's probably going to be pretty sweet. It's got 11 different covers. Here's cover A, this is the cover B, Williams II variant, and now finally we've got a cover C, Riley variant. Next up is Star Trek Defiant issue number 4. It's got 6 different covers. This is cover A, here's cover B, the Bricardo variant, and now finally cover C, Woodward variant. Next up is another Star Trek. We got Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the Dog of War issue number 3. It's got 6 different covers as well. This is cover A, here's cover B, the Bonilla variant, and now finally we got cover C, Price variant. Next up is My Little Pony issue number 13. This is cover A, here's cover B, and now finally we got a 1 in 10 Justice Suda incentive variant. Next up, this is the last one coming out from them this week. It's Breath of Shadows issue number 5. I read most of this series. It was all right in the beginning. I honestly feel like it just got worse and worse as the series went on, so that's just my take on it. I'm probably not going to be picking this one up. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Beren's variant, and now finally we got a 1 in 10 McCormick incentive variant. Next up is Dark Horse, and the first one is Hairball issue number 3. Read the first 2 issues. I'm a big horror fan. Honestly, I think it's just all right so far, but I do really like the suspense that they're building. I'm anticipating a really good issue with this one. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B, Perez variant. The only other one they've got is Survival issue number 2. I read the first issue. I thought it was pretty solid. I'm definitely going to continue on with it, assuming my shop gets it. Next up is Archie Comics, and the first one's the start of a brand new story. We got Archie and Friends, Hot Summer Movies, issue number 1. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Arsenal exclusive, and now finally a Stadium Comics exclusive. This one's also got a metal variant for it too. Moving on, this is the last one from them. We got Archie Milestones, Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 20, Jughead Superhero Special, and it's only got a cover A. Moving on to Vault Comics, this first one, we got Nightfall Double Feature, issue number 4. I've talked about this one a few times now, so hopefully it actually shows up this week. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Sheehan variant. The only other one they've got is Godfell, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Gooden variant. Moving on to Whatnot Publishing, the first one is Astrobots, issue number 2. I didn't read it, but I heard really good things about that first issue. If you liked it, comment it down below. It's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A, here's cover B, the Tronic variant, and now finally here's the cover C variant. Moving on, we got Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted, issue number 3. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A, this is the cover B, Hidalgo variant, and now finally cover C, John Wick Homage variant. Moving on to Frank Miller Presents. The first one is Ronin, book 2, issue number 3. After that, this is the start of a brand new one. We got Svengoolie, Lost in Time, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B, Row variant. Moving on to Oni Press, they've got Lamentation, issue number 2. I thought the first issue was just alright. I really didn't know what to expect from it. It's a horror series, but I don't know. It was just, like I said, it was just okay. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Bivens variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 black and white incentive variant. Next up is Titan Comics. They've got Star Wars Insider, issue number 219. Here's cover A. This is the foil variant, now finally a PX edition exclusive. After that is Black Mass Studios, and this is the series finale. It's Gangster Ass Barista, issue number 3. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Hughes and Cram variant, and now finally a 1 in 5 Hughes and Cram incentive variant. Continuing on to AWA, they've got one brand new one. It's Sins of the Salton Sea, issue number 1. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Deodato Jr. variant, and now finally cover C, Ferguson Smith Homage variant. Moving on to Mad Cave Studios, they've got one brand new one. It's You've Been Canceled, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B, Simmons variant. Moving on to Sumerian Comics, they've got one brand new one, and this is the last small indie publisher I'm going to be going over today. It's Pink Elephant, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B, Chin variant. Out of all those publishers, all those books, they're definitely having a really solid week, but the ones that I'm for sure going to be checking out, from Dark Horse, we got Hairball, issue number 3, and Survival, issue number 2, and then from AWA Upshot, we got Sins of the Salton Sea, issue number 1. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. Alrighty, so the first one today from Image is Spawn, issue number 342. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Galapian variant. Moving on to Nocterra, issue number 15. Oh my gosh, this is such a good series. I highly recommend checking this one out. Every time this one pops up, I get so excited. I'm always hyping this one up, and I feel like it's just getting better and better as the series progresses. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Gifford variant. Moving on to The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 64. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Adlor and McCage variant, and now finally cover C Hans variant. After that is Phantom Road, issue number 4, another very solid one. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Heron variant. I mean, it's Jeff Lemire. How can you go wrong? I'm a big Jeff Lemire fan. After that, we got a mini-series finale for The Ambassadors, issue number 6. My opinions, it's not actually going to be over. They're probably going to have another volume for it. They've done a killer job on this series so far, and I feel like they're just not going to end it where it's at. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Black and White variant, and now finally cover C Plunkett variant. After that is Love Everlasting, issue number 8. This is cover A, and now we got a cover B Wes Craig variant. Moving on to I Hate This Place, issue number 9. This is the Big Pen Ultimate issue. I'm a big fan of this series. I recommend checking it out. This is cover A, and now we got a cover B Explicit variant. Continuing on with Image, we got Black Cloak, issue number 6. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Lotte variant. Moving on to Hell to Pay, issue number 5. This is cover A, the main cover. Now we've got a cover B Slimy variant. Moving on to the Magic Order, volume 4, issue number 5. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Black and White variant, and now finally a cover C Panacean variant. Moving on to Blood Tree, issue number 5. After that, we got a series finale for Almighty, issue number 5. I'm really surprised that this is the series finale. I honestly feel like it can't be selling that well because they're really setting up a story, but at the same time, we didn't really learn anything about anything so far. We don't know who these characters really are, what's going on with them, why these people are kind of chasing them, why she was originally kidnapped. I'm going to ride it out to the end, but I feel like sales just probably weren't that good for this series. After that is Stoneheart, issue number 4. Then we've got Star Signs, issue number 2. I read the first issue. I'm a big Salad and Almond fan, but this one just absolutely wasn't for me. Then we've got Junk Rabbit, issue number 3. Now, on the opposite side of it, this series is really good. I recommend checking it out. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Robinson variant, and now finally cover C Young variant. Moving on, we got a brand new one. In Hell We Fight, issue number 1. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Ward variant. Now finally a 1 in 20 Jock and Bosch incentive variant. Then finally from them, we got Hey Kids Comics Schlock of the New, issue number 3. Out of all those issues, I mean, if you've been watching this video for a while now, you can probably assume at this point Image is my favorite publisher. I talk about them so highly. And these books, they're just so good. Every time I sit down and read some of these Image titles, when I'm done reading it, I just want the next one right away. I'm for sure going to be getting Nocterra, issue number 15, Phantom Road, number 4, The Ambassadors, issue number 6, I Hate This Place, issue number 9, Almighty, issue number 5. Like I said, I'm just going to ride this one out to the end. And then finally, Junk Rabbit, issue number 3. So moving on to Boom Studios, the first one's the start of a brand new arc. I am so excited for it. I will admit, I wasn't a big fan of how the last arc wrapped up, but overall, it's still a very solid read. We got Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 6, and it's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Del Duca variant, and now finally cover C Frizzen Foil variant. Moving on, we got one brand new one. We got Fence Redemption, issue number 1. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B variant, and now finally a cover C Valerie variant. Out of both those issues, I'm definitely going to be grabbing Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 6. So next up, let's talk about DC Comics. Alright, DC fans, first one today is Batman, issue number 136, and it's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Quesada variant, and now finally cover C Del Auto variant. Moving on to The Flash, issue number 800. Based on the description, it's going to be 4 short stories, but it is a 48-page issue, so just be aware of that going into it. It's got 12 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Cho variant, and now finally a BTC foil variant. Moving on to Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 11. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Edgecure variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Lullaby incentive variant. Moving on to Poison Ivy, issue number 13. It's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A, the main. This is the cover B Carpenter variant, and now finally a cover C Cho variant. After that, we got Shazam, issue number 2. I really like that first issue. I'm going to be real with you. I think that was the first Shazam issue I have literally ever read in my entire life, but it was extremely new reader friendly. We learned about the main characters, some of the other characters, how our main one got the powers, just all that good stuff. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but like I said, extremely new reader friendly. I'm definitely going to be continuing on with this one. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Sam Nee variant, and now finally cover C Tim's variant. Moving on to Adventures of Superman John Kent, issue number 4. It's got 6 different covers as well. This is cover A. Here's the cover B, Orzu variant, and now finally a cover C variant. Moving on to the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 9. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Bermejo variant, and now finally a cover C Ward variant. Moving on to Peacemaker, Tries Hard, issue number 2. This was an awesome read. When I was doing my tier list during my Thursday live stream, this was my top read of the week, and I put it in the S tier category. It was phenomenal. I love the comedy. I love the artwork, and it was a great story overall. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Riley variant, and now finally cover C movie poster variant. Moving on to a new one, we got Steelworks, issue number 1. It's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B, Bogdanov variant, and now finally cover C, Basri variant. Moving on to a brand new one, we got the Joker Uncovered, issue number 1. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Otto Schmidt variant, and now finally a Bermejo special foil variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week. It's Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, issue number 122. Out of all those issues, I'm definitely going to be getting Shazam, issue number 2, Peacemaker Tries Hard, issue number 2, and then I'm probably going to be checking out either Steelworks or the new Joker series. It's going to be one or the other one, but now let's wrap this video up with Marvel Comics. So the first one today from Marvel is Daredevil, issue number 12. Here's cover A. This is the Liefeld variant, and now finally a LaRocca Ultimate Last Look variant. Moving on to X-Men, issue number 23. It's got 9 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Brooks Corner Box variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Bradshaw Incentive variant. Next up is Venom, issue number 20. Yeah, sadly, it's still on my pull list. I don't know why I torture myself with this one. This series is an absolute stinker. This is cover A. Here's the Mana Ultimate Last Look variant, and now finally 1 in 25 Magno Incentive variant. Moving on to Immortal X-Men, issue number 12. This is cover A. Here's the Noto Quiet Council variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 In-Hook Lee Incentive variant. Then we've got Fantastic Four, issue number 8. I'm very interested in this series, mainly because of the Alex Ross covers, but I heard it's really not that good. It's got 5 different covers overall. Here's cover A, the main. We got the Koblish Connecting 700 Characters variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Perez Incentive variant. Then we've got Spider-Man, issue number 9. Here's cover A, and then followed up with that, we got a Genolette variant. Moving on to Star Wars, issue number 35. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. Now we've got a JTC action figure variant, and then finally 1 in 25 Noto Incentive variant. Moving on to Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, issue number 13. This is cover A, and now we got a Hitch Ultimate Last Look variant. Moving on to the Invincible Iron Man, issue number 7. I gave up reading this series. It really wasn't that bad. I really liked how it started, and then as it went on, it just kind of felt like it was dragging, but just my opinion on it. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Davila variant, and now finally a Chew Ironheart variant. Moving on to Star Wars, Yoda, issue number 8. Here's cover A. This is the Okazaki variant, and then finally a Pride Month variant. Moving on to Red Goblin, issue number 5. Here's cover A. This is the Mooney variant, and now finally a Clark Connecting variant. After that, we got a brand new one, folks. It's X-Men Before the Fall, Mutant First Strike, issue number 1. Here's cover A. This is the Stormbreakers variant, and now finally a Vega variant. After that, we got another brand new one. This one sounds pretty good. It's Loki, issue number 1. It's got 8 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the 1 in 100 Miller Incentive, and now finally a 1 in 100 Artgerm Incentive variant. Then we've got Bishop War College, issue number 5. Followed up with that is Groot, issue number 2. This is cover A. Here's the Sousa variant, and now finally a Stormbreakers variant. After that, we got Star Wars The Return of the Jedi Empire, issue number 1. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. This is the 1 in 25 U Incentive, and now finally a 1 in 100 Brown Incentive variant. This next one is the last one coming out from them this week, and it is the start of another brand new series. We got Deadpool Batter Blood, issue number 1. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Liefeld variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 new Incentive variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be getting Daredevil, issue number 12. Sadly, Venom, issue number 20. It's still on my pull list. I feel bad putting it back. And then finally, I'm probably going to check out Loki, issue number 1 as well. But that's wrapping all the new comics this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know down below which ones you're going to be picking up and which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. I've got 2 more videos that's going to be popping up very shortly there. Be sure to check out the Discord. We're up to like 50 or 60 members, and it is free to join. Link is down below in the description. Thank you again, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.